Hey Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. In today's video, you guys, we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star and the Star Yak Ranch. Jeffree Star has finally addressed in a video format all of the concerns, quote unquote, all of the concerns people are having about the Star Yak Ranch and just everything that's going on behind the scenes there, because we haven't really seen a behind the scenes look of it. We know he has his pet yaks. Now allegedly he has these other yaks that he's using to raise for harvesting to make meat out, to make meat products and stuff. And there's just so much going on with this whole situation. He finally addressed it. So if you're interested in hearing more about that drama, make sure that you keep on watching. Okay guys, so first of all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Shelby. I do like celebrity gossip and all, like, I talk about all the influencers, the Jeffree Stars, the James Charles, the Trisha Paytas, the Gabby Hannas, all of them. We also touch on a little bit of like Real Housewives drama and stuff. So if you are interested in all of that kind of thing, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel down below. I'm really close to hitting my next major subscriber milestone, so I'd love it if you joined our little Shelby Bell family over here. And remember, all Shelby Bells ring the bell. Okay, so Jeffree Star, this has been major news because, as you guys may or may not know, I'm sure you already know by now, if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you have some sort of backstory on Jeffree Star and who he is and what he does, right? So he moved to Casper, Wyoming about a year ago, and he started this yak ranch. And back then, he got a lot of trademarks for a lot of different things, including meat, fur, fibers, all these different things he got trademarks for, so he could, for the yaks, which is at the time was a little bit weird, but also like it kind of makes sense. You want to get that trademarked of the Star Yak thing for as many things as you can get, just because you never know where life's going to take you. And that is the same as with a lot of people when they're starting their business. They'll kind of get trademarks for, say they're starting a makeup line, they'll get trademarks for a skincare, for a nail product, for a lash, for a hair product, for all these different things, just in case you never know where things are going to take you, and they want to have that trademark secured so that everything can kind of tie in together seamlessly with their brand. People are saying he had it planned all along, that he was going to start harvesting these yaks for meat for food, which yes means slaughtering, and it's just been quite a mess. He denied it back then. He said he wasn't going to be doing this, and now here we are a year later, and he is actually indeed going to be selling yak meat, which means he's going to be killing the yaks to get the meat, because that's how you're going to get the meat out of them. It's not they're going to be living after you get their flesh, right? So anyway, he finally did a video where he addressed kind of behind the scenes at the Star Yak Ranch, gave us a little tour, told us a little bit more of what he's doing, addressed the drama, and I recorded some screen clips from it. It is a little bit lengthy, so grab a snack, grab a little drink, and let's roll it.
So welcome to the Star Yak Ranch. Let's keep educating. This is like one big massage for him, so he's just having the time of his life. He's like, so relaxing. All right, you guys, is this where we segue into my meat business? Oh my God, people are so crazy. I think city folk don't understand farming, Chris. There was a very big misconception that when I announced that I was gonna start selling meat, people thought it was all of my pets that I've been spending the last year and a half with. Sorry, they're all right here. Now, there is definitely a whole culture in the entire America of harvesting food, and I think most people know that. But then I was shocked. I read some comments like, I thought meat came from the grocery store. You guys, I literally was like, that's not real, right? And then people in Wyoming were like, oh yeah, people think meat comes from the grocery store. And I'm like, oh my God. So I had no idea people were uneducated about farming, where meat came from, even the culture of hunting and providing food for your family. It's a whole entire world. And living in Wyoming, I've definitely learned the Wyoming way. But yes, it may seem a little interesting to some people, or you were a little perturbed that I am raising yaks for breeding and pets. And then, yes, we're also raising yaks for food. And yak meat is so amazing. It's actually the leanest, healthiest red meat in America. and no one's talking about it. For some reason, everyone picked beef and bison, and yaks got just pushed to the wayside in America, where, you know, in Tibetan culture, yaks have been around for 5,000 years. They're some of the best, most hardiest creatures that we have in our world. They've been here since the dinosaur ages, so there was never a plan to raise yaks for meat in the beginning. I know some people can't fathom that, and they want to say I'm a liar, I'm this, blah, blah, blah. Girl, I've been living out in paradise out here. And when I learned more about the animal, I was like, oh, well, I want to try doing stuff like that. So yes, a long time ago, I did trademark the Star Yak Ranch for all sorts of things: fiber, breeding, butchering, everything. So yes, I do sell a vegan cosmetics brand, and I'm like, you guys, that has nothing to do with my yak ranch. That is a whole separate company. But I get it, it's Jeffree Star. People love to make everything into something that it's not. And I've just been keeping to myself for a few years, so I know the girls wanted to get excited. But this animal, you can use it all aspects, whether it's a pet, whether you're using it to ride up the mountain and you saddle train it, whether you are eating it, whether you're using its horns, the skull. I mean, this animal is just, it's been used for thousands and thousands of years. So as I educated myself more, I tried yak meat last year for Christmas, and I was like, oh my God, it's so good and it's so lean. And I get that a lot of people may not even know what a yak was until Jeffree Lynn popped up on the scene. I have a yak ranch now, and we are selling meat, and I'm just gonna say it one more time in case you haven't seen TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. But all of the yaks that I'm raising for food, they're in a back pasture. Yes, they are still getting love and care, and they're eating amazing. Obviously, they're all grass-fed. But I don't name them. I don't halter train them. I don't spend hours with them. And at my ranch, we don't have names for our food. But that doesn't mean that other ranches don't. I know people that would raise someone like this, and then 10 years later, they're like, okay, I fed you for 10 years. Now you're gonna feed me. And it's a very different dichotomy. Guys, now, I'm sure you've seen this online. It's been all over the news. But yes, you guys, I am officially selling yak meat. All different cuts, from sirloins to roast to ground yak. You can make meatballs from this, hamburgers, tacos, oh my God. If you're bored, Google the health benefits of this, you guys. It is absolutely amazing. 90% fat-free. The red wine color is because yaks have a massive lung capacity, because obviously they're used to high altitudes. Their red blood vessels are just different than other cattle. They're very sturdy, and the meat is just gorgeous. So, oh my God, hi cooler. So yes, you guys, we will be shipping yak meat all over America on staryaks.com. The site is being built right now, and we're very excited. And yes, they will be in coolers with dry ice, and everything is USDA inspected. And it's just done the right way. So now that I'm raising my own animals for food, I don't really eat other meat. Like the thought of eating a McDonald's cheeseburger, which is that even real? Like literally makes me sick. But when I go out, I love enjoying other stuff now, like pasta and fish and things, but like I really only eat my meat now, which is so cool.
Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but right off the bat, before we talk about any of the drama related to it, I just want to say that I think Jeffree Star looks really, really happy and really, really at peace. I think that this is a huge contrast to the Jeffree Star we saw in 2018, 2019, living in California, absorbed and consumed by the drama from LA and influencer life and beauty guru drama and all of that. He looks a lot healthier and happier, and I have to say that I really do think that. I haven't always agreed with everything that Jeffree Star has done. If you watch some of my old videos, I really, really have held him to a very, very strong standard, and I really kind of called him out on a lot of things that he did in the past. However, it's been over 2 years now, and I really have seen since then a positive shift in not only his attitude, with the minor slip up of what happened a couple weeks ago when he went off on Twitter at the people. Aside from that, he has been really trying to stay positive, seems to be in a fresh new mindset and all of that. And I really do think, and I've said this a million times, I really do think that's because of everything that he's been through. Not only the internet drama, because I think that at a certain point you can kind of handle that and it just, you're not really fazed by it too much after a certain point when you deal with it so much as a big influencer like him. But just with that super bad car accident he had where he had to be in the back brace for a while, and now his really close friend is terminally ill and has less than a month to live now. My condolences to Jeffree and all of the man's family, Daniel's family, and all of that for that whole situation. And then I think there were some issues with his grandmother and stuff too. And so I think that those things kind of change you. I think they kind of put life into a different perspective, and you start to see things a little bit more clearly and what's important. And I really do think that's kind of what's been happening for Jeffree. And I think that when you get out into this place where, and he even said it a little bit in his video, when you're out here just with animals and not with people, animals are innocent and they are just pure. And when you're really out there with them and just bonding with them, it brings a certain amount of peace to you. You know, it's very calming, and I think it can be very healing. So I think that Jeffree has been doing a lot of healing the past couple years, and I think that's very, very evident in just his entire demeanor in this video. And you guys can say what you want about Jeffree. If you don't like Jeffree, that's cool. If you do like Jeffree, that's cool. I'm always going to tell you like it is. If I didn't think that this seemed genuine, then I would tell you I don't think it seems genuine. But I really kind of do think, no, not even kind of, I really do think that he's showing a lot of signs of just an elevated version of himself and a healed version of himself, which I think was very, very necessary for him, because I think he was in a very, very dark place for a long time, just as a combination of everything he's been through in his life. And I think that if he hadn't have moved to Wyoming and started this ranch, we would have seen a really dark turn in a direction that I don't think would have been very healthy for him or anybody involved. So that's kind of just my thoughts on that. It's not really what this video is about, but he took us behind the scenes. This chair is so squeaky. I need to get a new chair. He took us behind the scenes of the Star Yak Ranch, and he kind of showed us the process of how he grooms them and stuff. And I thought that was really very special. And I wish. Miss Kitty loves to be groomed. Miss, are you in here? Miss? Miss Kitty loves to be groomed. Mr. Kitty, not so much. He really does hate it. And the thing is, Mr. Kitty is the one that needs to get groomed more than Miss Kitty, because he's such a fluffy boy. If you don't know Mr. Kitty, he is friendly, so he'll let me pick him up. Come here. So this is Mr. Kitty. He's a Maine Coon. He's not full Maine Coon, but he's a lot of Maine Coon in him, and he doesn't like to be groomed. But I will tell you that when we do get a chance to sit down and I get to brush him and all of that, it is like a bonding time for us. And it's very special and relaxing for me to just kind of hang out with him and brush him and all of that. And so Jeffree showed us a little bit of how he does that with his yaks. Mr. Kitty, do you have anything to say to your fans? Do ya? He never meows when he's sitting on me, but okay, thank you, Mr. Kitty. Your fans love you, baby. So he showed us that, and then he showed us how he's building, like, he's calling it the Star Yak Salon or something, which I think is just very Jeffree Star. And he's gonna have like these things kind of built up and stuff around this area where it's going to be easier to kind of hold the yaks in place if they're kind of like more finicky like Mr. Kitty and don't like to be brushed. He can kind of have them in a place where he can kind of brush them and groom them and stuff. And he said that the fibers and like the fur that comes off of them is pretty profitable, and I don't see anything wrong with if you're just simply brushing the yak and it's like pleasurable for them. It's like a massage, then you collect that and then you make it into stuff. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. So he's gonna be doing that, it seems like. And then he showed us the yak meat, and we'd seen pictures of the yak meat before, but a lot of people out there's a lot of concerns that are coming up too. So while that's one side of it, some people are saying that they think that Jeffree had this thing planned the entire time. You can't tell them anything different. My friend Zach pointed out to me, he was like, the only reason he has yaks is because you can literally talk to the Department of Agriculture or wherever, from wherever you're from, and they'll tell you like the best breeds and the best animals that are suited for the land, and then like how you can sell it and what you can sell it. And Jeffree probably just did his research, and that's why he has the yaks, and he planned this all along. And I was like, well, I mean, he's a businessman. It wouldn't like surprise me if that was the case. And then some people were, just basically agreeing, that is what's going on here. He's had this plan from the beginning. And even if he's had this plan from the beginning where he was going to be, doing the whole thing with the yaks and selling them for meat and all that stuff, I don't necessarily think that's a bad business venture. Now, the fact that he didn't tell, if this is true, he had it planned from the beginning, I think that not telling the truth about his intentions is just kind of raises an eyebrow, but not the whole fact that he's doing it. Because, and I get that a lot of people, if you're like vegan or if you don't eat meat and all that kind of stuff, then you might not think that you might not agree with me on this, and that's okay. But agriculture and ranching is a huge part of how the world operates as far as, how we get our food. Meat does not just magically appear in the grocery store. It just doesn't. There are people out there that have to raise the animals to turn into our food, to turn into that hamburger that you're eating, to turn into that chicken breast or those chicken nuggets or whatever it is. Those animals, that meat has to come from somewhere. It doesn't grow on trees. It's meat, okay? So some people don't agree with that whole, just the entire thing in general. I am not a vegetarian. I am not a vegan. I don't necessarily think I could ever be a part of anything like that, but I eat meat, and I understand that's a part of how I choose to get my protein, and it's just kind of how it is. Doesn't mean that I'm an animal hater. Doesn't mean that Jeffree's an animal hater. It's just a part of how we as humans get our meat. We're omnivores. We eat plants and we eat meat, and that's just kind of like how I see it. But another thing that people are kind of questioning a little bit is this video. I just watched it a little while ago when I was at the nail shop. By the way, I have Pride nails. Do you guys like them? They're actually supposed to be like this. So you start from this pinky over here, and then it makes the LGBTQ plus flag. What do we think? Super cute, right? Let me know in the comment section down below if you like my nails. I love them so much. The guy was so confused when he was doing it. He did not know what he was doing. A lot of people are saying that they don't understand how this video is trending, because this video, last time I looked, was number 27 on trending. It has 400,000 views, and it was posted a day ago as of the time I'm filming this video. And a lot of people are very confused about this because they're saying, the views on these videos that Jeffree Star is posting nowadays, first of all, he barely ever posts. He's pulling a Jaclyn Hill and barely ever posting on his channel. But also, his views are significantly less than when he used to post before. Now, I'll tell you, I for all these influencers, okay, for Trisha Paytas, Jeffree Star, not James Charles anymore, but for a lot of these people that I talk about all the time, I'm subscribed to their channels simply because it's business, and I have my post notifications turned on because of business, and I need to know when something major drops. I didn't get the notification for this video for Jeffree Star, and I am subscribed to him. I don't know. I have a crazy conspiracy theory that if you don't post for a while, YouTube is like, screw you. We're not going to let anybody know that you're doing what you're doing, and you're falling out of the algorithm. Good luck to you. Like, screw you, basically. So, but he's number 27 on trending with such a low amount of views. And so there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. People are wondering how he got on the trending list and all of this stuff. And to be honest, that's neither here or there for me. I think that it was a good video. I think it was well done. I think that, so I was watching Peter Mon's video on this, and he was saying he doesn't like how Jeffree kind of dances around certain issues and stuff. And while I can kind of see where Peter's coming from with that aspect, I don't know. I just don't kind of have the same opinion on the whole situation as he does. I get that Jeffree has done a lot of bad things. I get that Jeffree is a businessman, and honestly, he probably is a master manipulator. I get it. But what I would like to believe, and maybe this is my fault as a person, I like to see the best in people, and I like to see and believe that people can become the best versions of themselves, and I see change and growth in him. And is that because I'm just not seeing him as often? Possibly. I don't know. Is it because I had a chance to meet him and give him a hug and, introduce myself to him, and so now he's a little bit humanized in my book? Maybe so. I don't know. But I just feel like I think he did the best he could with what he had to address the concerns, to stay in the positive mindset that he is. And he didn't attack anybody in this video. When he attacked people on Twitter and he posted this video, I was kind of expecting to get a little bit of sassiness involved in it, but there really wasn't. And what I saw was just genuine happiness. Like, when he's out there in his fields with his yaks, he's just at peace and at home. And I think, beyond anything else, I think that we can all appreciate and respect and be happy for someone that is just in their peace and doing what makes them happy, because he really truly does just look happy. And I think at the end of the day, that's all we can really want for anybody, is for them to be happy with whatever they're doing. So good for you, Jeffree. You seem super happy. You seem super at peace with everything, and I wish you the best with your yak endeavors. I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a situation where I don't necessarily see a lot of things wrong with it. The only thing I would really raise my eyebrow at, again, is if he had the whole thing for doing the meat thing planned the whole time, but he just kind of lied about it. That's when I would raise my eyebrow. But the fact that he's doing it doesn't really make me think twice or look a certain way, because that is how America gets, or the world gets their food. From an if you're gonna eat meat, it comes from an animal, and it's gotta die somehow, and it's gotta go through that process for you to get your food. And he's doing it in a sustainable way that's keeping the animals at least happy and healthy and fed well, and to create good food for us to put into our bodies. So I think I can only respect that, to be honest. I don't know what you guys think, and that's totally cool if you don't think the same, like, that's fine. But anyway, let me know about what you think about all, I have a cat fur on my chin. Let me know what you think about all of this Star Yak Ranch drama with Jeffree Star in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. And that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember, all Shelby bells ring the bell. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple down here for you to choose from, so I'd love it if you did that. And aside from that, my meal prep is in the oven. It's almost done. I've got to plate her up and get her ready to go for the week. So I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Woman, 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 I can be your woman, Miss Kitty, your woman.